What's up, guys? We're back. Last video, yes, I know it wasn't the greatest. I compiled a bunch of the TikToks. Again, I wasn't sure if we were going to do a video on this or anything like that, but I mean, I've done videos and movie things for YouTube and other stuff before, so why not, right? Yeah, so it was a compiled bunch of mumbo jumbo that you really couldn't tell fully what I was doing. I know I kind of mentioned a few things of what I was doing, but yeah, so why don't we go over in this video a little bit more in depth on the truck. Again, this really isn't any how-tos. This is just basically what the title says for the channel, Garage Files. I'm just documenting this build. Again, I started on TikTok with all the videos. That's why I compiled them to kind of show where we're at now. Okay, so why don't we get started with the engine. The engine is out of an 87 Thunderbird 2.3 turbo. I took everything out of the car, the computer, intercooler, motor, everything, but I'm not using everything. I went through and we did the block 30 over, or excuse me, 20 over. Put a new water pump, thermostat, everything's new. New pulleys. The head is from Beauport Racing. I believe it's a 2.1 or 2.5 cam in it, little oversized valves, etc. The rods are Molnar. I believe I said that right. And these are the pistons. I am reusing the T5 transmission out of the Thunderbird as well. The original motor, again, was the 4.0 that was in this. I was told that the drive shaft would work, but they were confused. The 2.3 drive shaft out of the Rangers, I guess, can work. The 4.0 is too short, so I have to find another drive shaft. I did control arm relocation brackets from Rick's Rangers, and I also did the QA1 coilover conversion kit from Rick's Rangers. That side was bolt-on. This side I needed to do a little chopping and welding. Nothing special with the brakes. I updated to newer calipers, and I'm running the copper nickel lines and braided steel on the ends. In the rear, I took off the drums and did a caliper conversion. Steel braided, same copper nickel lines. Ballistics off-roading made me this differential cover. We had issues with it. First one they made didn't fit right. It bottomed out on the teeth a little bit on my gears. So they made me a second one, and that one still didn't fit quite right. So I bought an adapter for it and just shimmed it out some. I changed the gears over from 311, I believe they were in the original setup, to 373, which I believe that's what the Thunderbirds had anyways, a 355 or 373 if I'm not mistaken. We did do a flip here and flip there for the rear with Rick's Rangers C-notch bolt-on. All the hardware and everything is all brand new all the way down the frame. New mounts, new body mounts as well. All grade 8 bolts. Got the Cal tracks on there too to help support the rear end for stabilization and stuff, along with the rear and front anti-sway bars, which the Splash already came with, but these are larger. Topping everything off with some American Racing rims, 17s. I might go bigger down the road, but I wanted to start with the 17. And I'm finished everything off with this patina pink. The truck used to be red. I wanted that to bleed through. Most of the patina trucks I see do like that teal to a mint, like greenish blue. My son and I wanted to do an old hot rod pink with it and patina it up a little bit. So it was my father's truck that passed away, and we wanted to do a theme with it, and the theme was that I was always into horror stuff. My father hated a lot of horror stuff. He thought it was stupid except for Tales from the Crypt. He loved Tales from the Crypt. So if you've seen in the first video, I did some epoxying of the hood and the tonneau cover for the box with Tales from the Crypt comic pages. So that's what the patina look is. We're bringing the truck back from the dead, so we kind of want the truck to look like it's been through hell and back, slightly. The truck was originally automatic. I think it had, like, what is it, the ADO4, yeah, something. I can't remember the exact numbers, but transmission in it. Like I said, we put the T5 from the Thunderbird in it. It should hold up. We port and knife edge the intake a little bit. The throttle body in the first video from old to new is the original throttle body to the Thunderbird Super Coupe throttle body, which was what, a V6 supercharged or something. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. But it's a little bit bigger, a little bit throatier, should respond a little better. We are putting on a T3, T4 hybrid turbo, which I will document as I do this stuff. I don't know if I'm going to video as I'm doing it. I might just update like this. I haven't decided yet. Again, these videos are just files, so I have them. So when I get done, I can direct people to this and they can see the whole build, because I am going to be taking this to car shows and stuff. So the engine mounts, I believe, are from AutoFab. They are made for the 2.3. They're a solid mount. I was having trouble finding certain pieces for the regular mounts in my area, you know, from a 2.3 Ranger. So I just had these guys do it. They were a little bit pricey, but well worth the money, you know, especially when you're trying to build a project such as this. So this is what I'm tackling today. That's right, I have to get the sunroof back in. I'm not always the most knowledgeable with this stuff, and I do a lot of researching and YouTube vids and everything else to help me along the way. I can't lie. So it's a learning process. It's a learn as you go sometimes. And I mean, for the most part, it's been good. I've had some hiccups here and there, but we've managed to solve them. Some other things I didn't mention. The first video jumped around again with the TikToks and everything, so it was hard to tell what was going on. But the frame has been all capsulated and sealed. The body has been all undercoated and everything. And the box all the way around, I've pulled off the box fenders and everything. They're fiberglass, but I've still coated the inside of them, and I coated the whole box all the way around to try and do some good rust preventative. I do live in New York. No, this truck won't be going out in the winter, but there's still rain and still, you know, things that cause stuff to rust easy. So yeah, so that has been all sealed as well. So let's get started on this sunroof. I gotta clean up the trim, put some new sealant on it, get it lined up, get it in somewhat place, and then I believe I gotta redo my headliner. I got new material for it, so I'll show all that too and get that in place. And then I believe the bottom clamps in from there, and then I screw it together, and that helps hold everything. So stay tuned. All right, so yeah, I got plastic on this to protect everything, but there's the sunroof, and she does have a lot of the old sealant that's really tacky, but there's some missed spots. So I'm going to try and scrape this off and put new on. Oh man, where the heck is my scraper? Toolbox after toolbox, and I can never find anything. I'm so organized with this stuff. It's probably in my other storage area. I'll be back. I'm constantly losing things. I could have something in my hand 1 minute and then poof, be gone. Got it. And a razor blade. Now let's see if we can get this cleaned up. This is definitely no easy task. This stuff is sticky. This has been my friend. For the most part, it's been cutting it right off. Right about here is where the SpongeBob footage should cue in.
1 eternity later.
I'm still not done. We're getting there, though. Sticky. Very sticky. And just like that, we're about done. Oh man, if there was only some way to get this done easily. Holy crap! But that just don't happen. Instead, we have to do it the proper way. Time to put the adhesive on it and get it in. So I'm gonna throw some C-clamps and stuff on it, because this stuff isn't as tacky as that other stuff. It's not like the windshield stuff. So it's not as sticky. But it should work. And I don't have the headliner done yet to bolt it in, so I want to keep this down to seal it good. Then when I get the headliner in, I can sandwich it, and hopefully we have no leaks. But I mean, I've got some stuff in there, so wish me luck. So she's clamped to shit. If I had some little metal tabs and some screws, I could have slid some tabs over and screwed up in each hole, and that would have squeezed her better. But for now, I'm clamping it, and then every minute or two I'm going and walking and squeezing and pushing and just pressing more and more so she can kind of settle in. The hardest part was back here. There was a wrinkle in the sheet metal and it dipped up a little bit, so I'm trying to squeeze that down. You can see it still dips a little bit right there, and I'm hoping that doesn't cause any issues down the road. Many learning curves I'm gonna deal with along the way in this. I've already dealt with a bunch. I didn't mention before that I had sold the 4.0 out of this, and when I did, the guy asked for the wiring harness, and I threw the motor one in, and then somehow, I don't know who did it, could have even been me, between me and a couple other people when we were loading stuff, the whole wiring harness got thrown in there. So when I do wiring for the motor and stuff, I have the motor to computer, but to headlights, to everything else, I'm going to have to rewire. Because, yeah, it's gone. Seat brackets, same thing. I was loading scrap metal. They got thrown in, so now I got to get new seat brackets. So, you know, what are we going to do? Of course, no doubt when I get it done, I'm going to do the water test. I'll roll it out or bring some water in and dump some around to make sure before I put headliner and everything in. If it doesn't, then we pull it back out, I guess, and find a better adhesive. So for now, I guess I'm gonna see if I can't move these clips or clean around them and clean this glass up really good. Like the windows, I took a razor blade and scraped all stuff because it's been sitting for a while and under trees and under everything else. So yeah, I'll get this done, and then I might jump onto something else, but I might call it for this video for now. Let that dry, get this cleaned up, throw another one together next time I come out. Maybe we'll do the test with the water. See ya.